Hey everybody, how are you? I hope your Thanksgiving has been good and everybody has enjoyed themselves with their families. I thought I would come on just for a little bit. Um, Mine was good. It was quiet and I had a great time. So thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up on Hey Gorgeous You. Um, Thank you for showing up on Scorpio HER. And I kind of wanted to talk about some stuff because I like, the holidays. What do we do for the holidays? We literally watch movies. And I was watching Avatar. And so I'm sitting here watching Avatar and I'm just blown away because the more knowledge I get about this collective realm that we live in, the more I start realizing um, what they're teaching us in this collective, what they're teaching us in this realm. They're teaching us to take what's not ours by force and making movies simulating people's minds to make them feel like this is okay, this is a okay behavior is, and Avatar is, yeah, it's a movie, but it does talk about some very key things that are happening in our reality, and let's talk about it. So I have watched Avatar maybe 3 or 4 times, but today I was watching it and I literally had an aha moment. And that aha moment was I'm watching these soldiers coming into this indigenous area on another planet so they could take their minerals and take their rights and take their, like, it just blows me away because if you really think about it, it's the same song and the same dance that we have been seeing throughout our civilization for how long? How long? Eons and eons and eons we have been seeing it. And I was like watching it and, you know, um, my soul is telling me when I look at this storyline, you have the generals and the officers that are also, they're kind of puppets to the string. And then you got this young paralyzed kid that has hopes to walk again. And so what they do, because not everybody is a colonizer. Not everybody takes things that don't belong to them. And this is not a broad conversation to like everybody does it. I was just making an observation. And in this observation, I'm noticing that as this as I'm watching the movie, I'm realizing that we are programmed so programmed to be followers, to take what's not ours for the experience, um, thinking that it is our rightful ownership to have something that has, hi everybody, I'm sorry, I just went into this world of, it just blows me away because I'm watching this show and I do appreciate you guys coming in, tapping in, saying hi. I love you guys, but I said earlier that I was watching Avatar, and I've watched Avatar several occasions, but never really got it. Why people always say no, No, don't be, don't lie. I do not look like Oprah. That's kind of like an insult, a little bit. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right? But anywho, it's just, you know, it's fascinating to watch this young man fall in love with a native person. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you. Thank you for the hearts. You guys give me hearts so the algorithms will see that I'm on and people can come on. And I hope you guys had an amazing holiday. I hope you guys ate a lot of turkey. And I hope you guys are watching the games and whatever. And I was saying, and all this, you know, Thanksgiving festivities, we are watching TV. Thank you. I hope you guys had a blessed holiday also. And I hope you had a beautiful holiday and everything. Thank you so very much for compliments. I appreciate it. So as I was saying, is this avatar, they call, you know, this is Avatar, and this guy is in this avatar, and he's literally paralyzed. He's paralyzed. So he goes to this outer planet where it's just beautiful. But you know what I loved about this, because I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, but this time it really like resonated. It really resonated to me. Hi, Holland. It's so nice to meet you. Yay. Man, I get a lot of people from all over. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing to see you guys from all over the world. Thank you. And so it really resonated with me that how dare we go into, and it's not everybody. It's, you know, and I'm saying we because we collectively are like affected and can be responsible at times. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Hi, Portland, Oregon. How are you? Because everything affects us collectively. And one thing that I saw about this show, what was so interesting, was the fact that we are all truly responsible for how we live in this world and how we affect this world. I'm gonna turn it down so I don't get any community guidelines. What the heck? I was trying to mute it. Let me see. Mute it. Can I mute it? So I'm watching this, right? Hold on. Take a second. So I was watching this movie, and this was what made me come on. Literally, it made me come on for the mere fact is because they're normalizing, and they're teaching us to normalize, to take things that don't belong to us, to take things that is part of us, is to create a part of our realities, how we feel. Like when you go into someone's environment, you must become like the people. You know, I shouldn't go to like another country and put my weight on them. I should go to that country and experience their culture, their life, who they are, and not try to change them and not try to take from them, but to give back to them. And so what got me about this, you know, Avatar, is this kid. He falls in love with the native, and as he's falling in love with the native, he's starting to see the internal conflict that's going on, not with their system, it's with the violation of their system. Is people from the outside that not understanding the ecosystem. And I thought that was so relatable. I thought that was so relatable to how we are as a human being. Like all this stuff that's going on with our ecosystem is because people took things that did not belong to them. And what day to talk about it? Um, a few days after Thanksgiving, which Thanksgiving is not a thank you. It was when indigenous people were invaded. It was when indigenous people offered peace and love and helped. But what happened to them? It got them murdered. It got them raped. It got them what we see today, right? And so I just thought I wanted to talk to you guys about that because we have to find in our soul, we have to find in our heart to be conscious of how many people are affected by our own personal decisions to one another and how we hurt one another and how we do things to one another and not showing the love, not showing the consideration, not showing the understanding that we all are different. We're all so very different. You know, I just found out that, I am descendant of slaves, right? My family was brought here from Ethiopia and were put into slaves. And so as I started looking at this movie, I started really resonating how they like to give us movies and education to simulate us, to make it natural, to make it okay, to make it not like this is not okay. This is not okay to hurt other human beings. It's not okay. And just learning and understanding that this kid came in with that mindset, not knowing the ramifications of his yes. The ramification of his yes put him in this place. He falls in love, but the person he loves, a whole community is being destroyed because he went in with lacking understanding. And we need to start understanding every culture, every person. We are so magnificent in our each individual ways. And it's like if we could come together, because that's what Thanksgiving is supposed to represent for those who have stole from other communities. But it doesn't mean that to them, because that's when they lost the life that they knew. That's when they lost their connection to Mother Earth, their connection to the ecosystem. Because would you understand that indigenous people respect the ecosystem, they respect the yin and yang of how things play out, because they have seen it over thousands and thousands of years. It doesn't turn out right when you violate the ecosystem. And that is to destroy something or take something that does not belong to you, or to turn a blind eye when you see something that is harmful to another soul, or harmful to another person, harmful. And here we are having turkey and dressing and not thinking of others that suffered for the mere fact we sit at a table and thank our families. The people that we choose to celebrate this very day with, and the people that were affected, is a very vast difference to that. And I know it's very hard for us to really see and understand and really just, God, this is a celebration day. Yes, for some, but not for all. Not for all. And to realize that because of our own personal greed, our own personal agenda, we pull other people that maybe are not about that same agenda, but we catch them in a place of vulnerability and put them in situations, and that's how it's done. And I feel like when you look at theater and you look at movies and stuff like that, that's an opportunity, like, because you can see in the minds of the director what they're trying to say to our world. And what they're trying to tell us is just like, this is a man and a woman. He is a foreigner, she's indigenous. And his behavior destroyed her whole world because what? He could not be honest. He could not be honest to her. And how often has that been happening in our society with men and women? Period. It's the same thing. Same. And here's this gentleman, now he's in love, but in the process of love, he didn't tell the truth. And in the process of not telling the truth, he destroyed the love that lied within inside of her. And it's so interesting the way they use this, because indigenous civilizations, the women are the leaders. Y'all didn't know that, right? The women are the divine feminine, and they are the leaders. They are the ones that come in and literally bring compassion and love and understanding. So as I'm looking at this movie, it just totally blows me away, because we get comfortable. We get comfortable with having people tell us how we should be to human beings. And I know in my lives, I've been saying a lot, talking about the Atlas. And it's so crazy because they want to understand the Atlas. But why do they want to understand the Atlas? What is it to understand? But if you just hone into your own consciousness, you will understand what is going on with the Atlas. This is what's so interesting. When you come to knowledge in a wholesome way, it's given to you freely. When you come to knowledge in a nefarious way, you struggle to get it. You get what I'm saying? It's like a struggle. So it's kind of interesting. I just thought I would come on. I was just thinking how Avatar really relates to what our world is going through, what our world has gone through in the past. And it also talks about love, the unforbidden love, the love that someone goes out of their culture. They go out of their maybe their race, or maybe their their town, or you know to love another person. It doesn't matter who we are. We must be honest, and we must accept that person of their culture and what is going on with their culture. You know, I don't really go deep into celebrating Thanksgiving because my parents, my mom was a descendant of slaves, and I know that the Native Americans, they're not celebrating. They're not celebrating, and we never think of them during this time. How do I get from, you mean I can get to Africa to wait, how do I get to over to their country from India? Okay, it's a movie. So I think the best way to do it is watch it on stream it, and you can see their country. But what I'm talking about is I'm talking about a movie. I'm talking about the movie is about soldiers coming in to take minerals from an indigenous earth place. And in this earth place is how their ecosystem works, is through being sensitive and tapped into the earth, and how these people came in and just disrupted the whole ecosystem that will affect the people that live there. And so I'm explaining how often this happens, and how often it happens, and unconsciously we are a community of people, and this does affect us. This does affect us. And so it's so crazy because here we are on Thanksgiving. Oh, it's easy to come to the United States if that's what you want to do from India. We have a lot of people from India here. I have a really good friend. I have a really good friend that's in India right now. He's actually Indian, and he's a doctor. And he's actually in India. He's been there for about 3 months. Um, but yeah, you could, do you have a visa? If you have a visa, but when you come to America, America is many nations, because America was colonized many years ago. And anybody that knows history, we understand how it all happened. Oh yeah, you need a passport, and then, you could get a flight in probably to New York. And what's so interesting about New York is of many nations. There's so many different cultures in New York. I live in Texas. They have some diversity, but it's not, personally for me, it's not that diverse. They're not really used to um, professional, professional Black Americans. Yeah, it was colonized by the Europeans, and Portugal, the Spaniards. Yeah, yeah. And I was saying how relatable Avatar is to, you know, what happened to the indigenous people with their belief system, and how we so easily forget that we should love each other, and we should desire to be kind to each other, and not try to change people from, and you know, being a descendant of Africa, there's so many things I remember my grandparents used to talk to me about. There were so many things that they would tell us, and I didn't really understand. And what gets me is that when you're in, the thing about indigenous people, they are so tapped into the earth. They're so tapped into nature. They're so tapped into their soul. They feel their soul. And so they move accordingly because of how they feel in their soul. How they feel in their soul, they move accordingly, and that's how they move through the world, and that's how they touch other people's lives. But what they, people that don't understand people that live in the soul, they want to vilify them and make them feel like something's wrong with them. I'm not from Texas. I live in Texas, but I'm not from Texas. That's why I say that's why I say it's very different here, right? They're still struggling with letting go of colonization, and you know, just loving everybody. They're really struggling with it. Um, Everybody's about, you know, massing their indifference, if that's the best way to say it. You know. So, what you guys want to talk about? I know I went on a tangent. You need to see that movie though. Avatar is like, you know, I've seen it a few times, but for some reason, this time really, oh, my nose is itching. Oh. This time, I really got a message from it. And I said, well, let me just go on while I'm watching it. Let me just go on. Let me just talk about this. Talk about the most greatest love we should have for each other. Like every nation, every person. It doesn't matter what the color of their skin is. What matters? How can you pour in? How can you pour into other people? You know, Thanksgiving is a fraud. It's a fraud. It's really not telling the truth. It's lying about the truth. That's what Thanksgiving is about to me. It lies about the truth for what really happened to people. And it shows us how we lie. It shows us how we take, how we take from people. Yeah, that's what Thanksgiving was. It was a Thanksgiving. And those people, and you know, the thing is that I think we're becoming more aware. I think we're becoming more aware as a humanity. And the guy, you guy, the one from India, the one from India, You just saw some of my shorts. Thank you. You're 27 years old. Do you know 27 is my angel number? It is. It always shows up in my life. It's been showing up in my life since I was a child. So you are, yeah, you need to come to the United States because 27 is very lucky. It's a very lucky time. But one thing I would like to say, y'all, like really, really need to get ourselves together. 2026 is going to be a revealing that is like no other. It's going to be a feeling in the air of almost like a feeling in the air, like almost a separation, because we have to separate ourselves from this madness, these belief systems that are keeping us out of our keeping us out of our authentic selves. Okay, somebody asked about my hair. I always do a commercial. If you guys know me, I always do a commercial when anybody asks me about my hair or whatever. So I have an extension business. It's called Hey Gorgeous You. You can go into my merch. I'm having a Black Friday sale. I think it was a Black Friday. I don't know if I extended it. I think I'm gonna do Monday also. I sell hair extensions and wigs, and I also am a Amazon influencer, and so my merch is in the bio. And if you want to support my channel, my Cash App is in the bio. Thank you so much for supporting Hey Gorgeous You. To help my channel grow, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, so when I come on, because I never let people know, I don't make a big announcement. I go literally by how I'm feeling in the day. And if I feel like I have a message or I want to connect with y'all, and I'll go live. And right now I am house sitting, so I am not even, I'm house sitting for a friend of mine because she has some little furry animals and I have a furry animal. So it's been really crazy because now instead of having one kid, I have 3 kids, a cat and 2 dogs. And that's a lot of work, but it's been enjoyable. It's been very stressful, but it's been enjoyable. So, do you guys have any questions? Do you want to talk about anything? How was your Thanksgiving? Tell me what your thoughts are about Thanksgiving. I don't know. Ever since 2020, I just don't like celebrating it. And I don't like celebrating because I do understand what it means. And even when I was celebrating, I always felt bad about, because I'm originally from Arizona. I went to school with a lot of indigenous Native Americans. And I think in my high school, we had 7 different tribes. And if you know what that's like, when you have a lot of the tribal indigenous, like the Native Americans we would be on the same playground, and they could not understand each other's dialect. That's how different the dialect is when you're dealing with the Native Americans. You have 2 dogs and 4 cats. How do you do it? Oh my God, I am so stressed out. How do you do that? Oh my God, they all got different personalities. Oh my gosh, I need a bath. I need to take a Calgon because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And Gorgeous is hyper, and Chapo should be sitting, listen to some Sade, because he just really chill. He takes his time. He takes his time with everything he does. Gorgeous is at all hyper. She's got to be like doing things really fast. She a Gemini though. That's what I think, because she a Gemini. Because she be like she's real hyper and stuff. So I don't know how you do that. That's a lot of creatures in the house. Oh, they coexist with each other without pressure. Well, maybe if I had them all, they were all mine. Now, it took me like 3 days. Took me like 3 days. Now they're like chilling. They're not no, they're not bothering each other. You know, everybody's having a great time now. But that took some time. That took like a few days. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, whoa. Oh, so the dogs, the dogs are comes, the cats aren't, right? Well, the cat is for chilling. Like you hardly see it. It'll show itself every once in a while, but you hardly see it. So did anybody do any Christmas shopping before? You know, after Thanksgiving, did anybody do some Christmas shopping? You know what I really want to talk about though too is is your cats? Aw. So you're a lover of animals, huh? You're a lover of animals. I love them too. I love them too. They be getting on my nerves sometimes though, because they so high maintenance. And you know, my dog is 10 years old, and she acts 10 years old. She's real like, how can I say it? Not really codependent. Well, yeah, she codependent, but she's kind of like, yeah, she needy. Yeah, the older she gets, the more needy she get, and when she was younger, she was like really independent, you know. So you guys, I just wanted to see how you guys doing. I just wanted to give you a shout out. I may come on later tonight. I normally don't come on this early, but I just wanted to really wish you guys a happy day. Because you're right. I don't want to even talk about thanks killing, because that's what it was. You know, don't really want to talk about it. See, they want us to forget. They want us to forget. That's what, like and some of you guys know I'm writing a book right now. They're trying to, it's called Memories of the Soul. And right now I'm on chapter 1. And chapter 1 is about they're trying to steal my memories, okay? And so it's literally about how our society has taken and destroyed our ecosystem in so much a way that I really believe personally that we're going to need outside help, and it's not going to be of this earthly whim, because we have like destroyed everything. You know, we're not taking care of the ecosystem that keeps us healthy, that keeps us vibrant, that keeps us, you know, how can we love other people if we don't love creation? How can we love another person if we don't love our earth? You know, it really, really doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, you really are? You don't even know where my home is. Idiot. Why do I get idiots? I get idiot, and they never show their face. Yeah, Chapo will eat you alive. Yeah, you could try to step up like that. You'll get ate alive. There's no game here. Not welcome? What's not welcome? Oh, you're answering the guy that said, can he come in? Thank you. Thank you for having my back. We got some weirdos on here sometimes. But you know what? To be honest with you guys, yeah, he think he is. He think it. You know what? If he was outside, if he literally was outside, the animals would be barking like crazy. Do you see how quiet it is in here? They all napping. The moment you even like get close to the door, my dogs start going. So no, no. You know what? You're a silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. You silly rabbit. Like, why do people do that? That's an example how messed up our society is. Because people can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. You're asking some weird. See, these are the people that hang out on sites that have some issues. That's why you have to I'm so glad that I have a moderator. Thank you so much to restrict these people like this. What? Okay, what's wrong with y'all today? What's wrong? Hello, hi. Thank you for coming into the chat. We got a lot of weird stuff going on in the chat, so just kind of ignore it. Kind of ignore it. I don't know I don't know what is the deal. This is another thing, okay? I've had several men on this chat literally trying to say, like, this is what I'm talking about. You can't assert your will on other people. That is uncomfortable, and you should not do that. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, even like the Native Americans and I'm up here watching Avatar. Yeah, you just want to take and put your will on somebody. Like, what is wrong with you? I know, just creepy. And so sometimes, and you guys, I am very lucky because I rarely have to deal with people like that. But at times we have people like that, and I can't even like it's almost like you can envision them in this dark, dirty room. They probably don't clean their room. Their rooms are not clean. They probably have a lot of social issues because the reason they have to do that is because they are empty and no one would look at them, not even their own mothers. Not even their own mothers. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Cause they got some stuff going on. They got some stuff going on. Oh, you can come in here in broad daylight. Man, I'm in a like you can't you know what? There's somebody you go in the lobby, someone will be meeting you. You can't even get in here. Like, what is wrong with you? It's gated. It's look at my dog. My dog. I can't like I'm in a high rise, gated high rise, and you're gonna try to come in. You're creepy as can get. And can't even show yourself because I'm not, I don't need to call 911. You know why I don't need to call 911? My dogs are not barking and the doors are locked and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And in Texas, you can carry a gun. You know what I mean? No way. No way. Man, what is wrong with people? Yeah. This is interesting. Am I transgender? Wow. Okay, I have 3 daughters. What do you think? I have 3 daughters, okay? It's not insulting at all. But it's always the ones that don't have faces. I know, isn't it crazy? You know what? I love you guys because you guys are always on point with these idiots. They always want to come into a feed and, you know, like I said, they probably have a dirty room, 101 dirty room. Their mothers don't even like them. They have mother issues. Like I'm a transgender. I love that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I love that one. Thank you. You actually gave me a compliment. I have 2 sides of the story. Thank you very much. Very, 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 very much. Oh my gosh. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But you know, we're living in a society right now that people are just having so many psychological issues and emotional issues. And like I talked to you guys about, it's going to get worse because you must go within and heal. Heal yourself, heal yourself, heal yourself. You have to go in and heal yourself, or you will always invade into somebody's timeline that you're not invited. You're in this timeline, you're not really coming here with some positive energy, so you know. And I just came on today. I just came on because, I was just really, I came on because I was missing talking with my family. Well, you guys, I'm probably going to come on tonight, like a little later. So please like and follow. Like I said, I have my Cash App in my profile and also my merch. And I'm also Amazon influencer. So I have some things in there. And if you don't like what's on there, you can actually shop on there, whatever you want. I also have my favorite hair care. I think I have my favorite hair care in there. So it's a lot of things on there. So thank you for showing up, showing out. We will talk soon, and probably very soon, because I think I'm going to go on tonight, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.